Okay, today we're going to go over the difference between an ordinary annuity and annuity due. For those of you that are taking my finance class, the problem we're going over today is problem 4-9 in your textbook. So let's go ahead and read the problem. Suppose you invest $385 at the end of each of next 8 years. A, if your opportunity cost is 7%, R, compounded annually, how much will the investment be worth after the last $385 payment is made? So we have eight $385 payment, and they're doing it at the end of each year, and then at the 8th year they want to know how much it's going to be worth. That's going to be a future value. Notice there's no present value in this. You never invested anything at time 0. So you just want to know what the equivalent of all these cash payouts are sometime in the future. In this case, at year 8, with the opportunity cost of 7%. This is called an ordinary annuity. For part B, you'll notice all these payments are shifted forward. So you make the payment at the beginning of the first year. This is called an annuity due. And then they want to know what the future value is sometime in the future. Remember, if it's an annuity due, you're still making 8 payments, but your last payment's on year 7, and you're not making a payment here at the very end. Okay. And so let's go ahead and put this into given, or into form I like. Let's say we're given. So we're given, let's go ahead and start with N. N is 8 years, all right? And R is 7% APR. And the payment is a negative 385. Okay. And the present value, well, we know it's 0. Okay. And we want to know what the future value, we'll say for ordinary annuity, what that's equal to. That's A. And we want to know B, future value for annuity due. Okay. And for solution, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and do these using an Excel formula first, and I'll show you how to do it in the calculator. I'm not going to show you how to do it with this algebraic formula, because you probably won't be doing it that way anyway. So it's probably just better to do it using Excel or your financial calculator. So I'll go equals future value, and first thing it wants is a rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, and since I want to copy this formula down, I'm going to go ahead and hit F4 to put dollars in front of it. And the next thing it wants is a number of periods. Again, I'm going to click here and I'm going to hit F4 to make it stick there when I copy the formula down. The payment is right here, 385. F4 again. And the present value is 0. So I'm going to hit F4 on that again. So now for the type, it says end of period or beginning of period. Normally the default, if you don't put anything in, it's going to assume beginning of period, which is an ordinary annuity. So I can just close it, and that's the answer. Now if I copy this down, and I go in here, and I go to this last one, I put a comma, this says beginning of period. So if I put a 1 in there, that's going to be for an annuity due. So that would be my 2 answers, right? So it's very simple. Okay, so the difference is that the annuity due has a 1 on the end. Now for the calculator, for the HP12C solution, okay, you would have, what we do, we'd have, we're going to have again, and Now it's going to, normally your calculator is going to say NI, and it's going to have present value, PMT, future value, right? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go insert here, and we'll see this is A, and this is B. Okay, so these are going to be the same. Again, it's going to be equal to N is equal to this. I'm going to hit F4 because I'm going to copy it sideways. I is equal to this. Okay, and here I'm going to also hit F4 because I want to copy that to the side. The present value equals this, F4. Payment equals this, F4. And this is what we want to know. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and copy this over. Now, so let's go to the calculator. Those of you that don't have my finance class, you can do a search for HP12C, and there's an emulator you can put it in your smartphone. There's also web-based emulators. You can just do it on the internet. So I'm just going to pull up my web-based emulator, and so we're going to go ahead. And those of you who have my class, you can just go under lessons. I'm sorry, go under course home, syllabus. Scroll down and pick on this calculator, right? So first thing you want to do again is always clear the finance register. So I'm going to hit the yellow key and the F comes up. Now I'm looking at anything in yellow and I want to clear finance. So I'm going to get this key. And then I'm just going to go ahead and clear the screen. So I'm going to go clear X. Okay. So N was 8. So I'm going to go 8N. The interest rate was 7. Remember, it assumed 7%. So I'm just going to go 7. The present value. Remember, we didn't make any investments here, so there's no present value. Didn't make any investments at the beginning, so I'm going to go 0 for the present value. The payment is 385. I'm going to go 385, chain sign, negative. And then and then the last thing, I've already addressed all these 4 keys, so I'm not going to enter anything into future value. I'm just going to hit F future value to solve it. So I hit solve, and it's 3950.02. So here I'm going to type 3950.02. Okay, now that's exactly what we have here, right? So looks like Excel and the calculator concur. All right, so now let's go ahead and do for annuity due. So now how do I tell the calculator that this is the beginning of period? Well, all I really need to do, see where it says beginning in blue? So I'm going to hit the G key to get blue, and I hit beginning. And then I'm going to hit future value again, and that's going to give me the answer, 4226.53. So I'm going to go 4226.53. And again, that's the same thing we have here. All right, so pretty simple, and hopefully that helps. And that's it for today. Thank you.